This is my favorite picture of the slideshow. And again, I would look at the one in your book because the text is a little skewed. But this is showing a cartoon of the final step of cell respiration, where we're in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. The dark orange is the space in between the outer and the inner membrane. They sometimes call that the inner membrane space. Some books call it the intermembrane space with a T. It doesn't really matter. It's a tiny little space. And the yellow is the matrix, the inside of the mitochondria. And we now are going to cash in the energy that we've transferred to NADH and FADH2. We've used all our carbons up, all 6 carbons. Remember, 4 got lost in the Krebs cycle by giving off those CO2s. 2 got lost in the link reaction. So we have our NADHs. So notice the little left side of this picture where it has the little yellow ribbon going through the electron transport chain. It's a little cartoon of the electron transport chain. One of the previous slides showed the actual chain with all the molecules, mostly protein. The NADH loses its electrons, so does the FADH2. As they go into the chain from molecule to molecule, they're negatively charged and they attract positive ions, the H plus, that go through the proteins into the space. And the analogy I like to give is a water balloon. You fill a water balloon up, and just when you're about ready to walk it over to throw at someone, it develops a hole. And the water goes out the hole. Where a hole is that little biomotor. Again, they just show you one on the picture. They would probably be hundreds or thousands. I have no idea how many would be in one mitochondrium inner membrane. But as the hydrogen ions go through there, we spin the motor and we make ATP. So the terms now, we have the electron transport chain, and then the hydrogen ion gradient of the hydrogen ions building up in the space and going out through the motor is called chemiosmosis. And the entire process, if you look at the bottom, at that big bracket, the whole thing, oxidative phosphorylation. Finally, at the end of the chain, we need to collect those electrons, and it's done by oxygen. And there's an enzyme that catalyzes the reaction to make water. Eventually, that goes in our bloodstream to our kidneys, and that's what we're peeing out. When you go to the bathroom, we're peeing out the water from cell respiration.